All right, and we are off and running. Thank you for hanging out, and a happy Friday to you. This is In Other News. I'm your host, Mike Russell. Appreciate you wrapping up your week with us. This is pre-recorded, so if you play along in the comments, keep playing along in the comments. I might jump in there if I am available, and just trying to get some camping did over the weekend. So let's get into this. There was if you remember. There was a ruling by a federal judge that said, listen, Trump administration, you cannot, no, you cannot deport all these illegal migrants. Of course, we played Barack Obama, we played Hillary Clinton, saying that if you're here as an illegal migrant, come out of the shadows. If you committed a crime, you're gone. That's okay for them. But here was the deal about this ruling that not a lot of people are getting to talk about, because it's mostly a debate or argument of, does the president of the United States have the authority to do what the president of the United States is doing? The answer is yes, but it's going to have to get to the Supreme Court so we can get that to be basically stamped, tap, no tap backs. What's not being talked about is the actual judge himself. The actual judge himself said that Donald Trump should have foreseen this. That the Trump administration should have known, not because of legal precedent, not because of some constitutionality. He should have seen this because he should have known who his family is. And I'm talking about the judge. Look at this. Yep. Obama judge told Trump should have predicted that he would block deportation. Yeah. His daughter works for an anti-deportation NGO, which I'm sure has a ton of ties to USAID funding. I do not actually agree with Justice Roberts, Chief Justice Roberts, and that the impeachment of judges because you do not like their rulings, I agree that that's not why we have the option to impeach people and judges. If you admit, of course I was going to rule a certain way because my daughter works for this and my wife works for that. His wife, by the way, gets another USAID contract as well. Impeached. Yes. 100%. If you don't like a judge's ruling, too bad. That's our process. That's what we do. If a judge's ruling is based on biased against you, yeah, all day. Straight to impeachment. Straight to impeachment. Yeah, that's that is my opinion. And but just again, same with Judge Merchan. His daughter worked for Kamala Harris. Adam Schiff worked for Eric Swalwell. That impeachment. The minute you do not recuse yourself and you are essentially interfering in the A, will of the people, or B, an election, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. And thanks for hanging out again. This is In Other News. I'm your host, Mike Russell. A couple of things I want to throw to you. One was from yesterday. We played Randy Weingarten, the head of the second largest teachers union in the galaxy. And she is on this tour. And I mentioned the tour, but I didn't show you what I needed to show you. So I'm going to go back in the Wayback Machine here and kind of get you caught up. Because I played for you a montage of her saying we need close schools, remote learning. Like she was dead set. And we all know. We all remember. Wasn't that long ago. Well, remember that she was the leading voice of basically screwing kids over. Now that she's trying to save face, here's why she's saying.
It was a terrible time for us. And as you know, because I was on your show a lot and other shows, I wanted...
Yes, I was such a celebrity. So of course, you know, I was always on everyone's shows. Yeah, what a Evil human being.
Schools to be reopened.
Nope.
As early as April
No, you
of
didn't.
2020.
Nope.
The issue was the fear and the issue was the safety issues.
Your fear
but
and your money.
COVID has really hurt in so many ways. But this has been a Republican talking point for a long time. And
oh, it's been a Republican talking point for a long time.
COVID was a terrible time for us.
Terrible time
and
for us.
as you know, because I was...
Yeah, whatever. This has been a Republican talking point. How sick is it that electric cars are now not in vogue? Like you to tear up Teslas and all that. And how scary is it after they were saying, we have to do this, we have to do this? How scary is it that keeping kids in school was a Republican talking point? Keeping kids in school as a Republican talking point. This is insane. Fraud, waste in the government, that's a Republican talking point. This woman is going to, like I said, along with Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, they're going to hand the Republicans wins for the next 2-3 decades. How dare she? Oh no! If you knew me, I was on so many shows. I wanted schools to be open. That was my thing. That was my whole bag. There was I wanted schools open. No, you didn't, and you demanded taxpayer dollars, bazillions of them, to do absolutely nothing. You are a fraud. You are an evil human being. And the damage that you have done to this country, the ripple effect of what you did to kids during COVID, you should be rung up. That's just all there is to it. And I would say, how do you look yourself in the mirror? She doesn't care. She's a narcissist, a sociopath. Just absolutely insane. You hurt children. You hurt children. Let's stay on the Democrats and they're handing Republicans a couple of decades of power. Here we go.
We want to try and do to prepare for 2026 because we've got to win. House Democrats have to win in 2026.
You're not going to, but okay.
To do it.
You're not going to.
And this is the step to take. So you get, we're doing letters right now. For example, letters. One of my colleagues, Jerry Conley, I think it was, sent a letter out demanding that Elon Musk come and testify before the Oversight Committee in the House.
Why wouldn't he? I'm going to stop right there. Why wouldn't he? I don't think Elon Musk would turn down a subpoena to get in front of the House, whatever committee we want to say, Oversight Committee, Ways and Means, whatever it is, and say, yes, this is what I found. This is what I have found. I gave my findings to the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, and he decided to make cuts. There you go. I don't understand why Elon Musk wouldn't do that. I think he would. I just don't think. I think that it is a Democrat talking point to say, oh, well, he should answer to us in a hearing. He should do this under oath. And you can keep saying that and give the impression and plant the seed that it's not being that he's not recognizing a subpoena, that they've actually taken steps to get him in front of Congress. I'm sure he would gleefully do that. But you make it look like, I think you should have to report to our committee. Okay. Did you ask him? Did you subpoena him? You didn't. Okay. All right. Okay. Just you make it look like that. That's fantastic.
Now, here's the thing.
Please.
The minority doesn't have the authority to issue a subpoena to make him come.
Sure.
Right? Only the majority can
just
do
write
that.
a letter and invite him.
Republicans can do that. And you know they ain't going to do that. But
why? Yeah, they will.
In 2027, after we get elected in 2026,
nope.
I bet Elon Musk's subpoena, that's going to be number one that goes out.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
It's going to be number one.
Number one.
So, yes, ma'am, we are.
Unbelievable.
Part of the...
This is good. I mean, they can keep it up if they want to. They can keep up this whole charade. They can keep up this whole, not even a charade. I think they actually believe it. They believe that nothing bad happened, that it was just a fluke that Donald Trump is in office. The Republicans have the House and the Senate. That was just a fluke. Oh, hell no. You guys keep doing your mobilization. Register more people, get people to vote, do your thing. We will keep winning because of the arrogance of these slappies and all of these subjects. Just the arrogance of it's unbelievable. It's mind-blowing. So we're going to keep on this because, well, I mean, it's right in front of our faces. Let's get to Tim Walz. Tim Walz, that guy, Harris Walz, the ticket that was probably the worst ticket since McCain-Palin. Well, it's so much worse. Tim Walz is threatening Trump voters, Elon Musk supporters, and Tesla drivers to fistfights. I would gleefully pay for any amount on pay-per-view. Any amount. This little soy boy beta male is, I can't even, I don't think he has Secret Service protection. He might, but he has this aura of, yeah, I'll take you on. They tried Elmer Fudd. They tried to put a shotgun in your hand and send you out hunting, and you didn't even know where to put the shells. This is what he had to say yesterday.
Some of you know this on the iPhone. They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a...
They got that little stock app. If you go to the iPhone, you get that. They got that little stock app. This bozo.
My phone, I know some of you know this on the iPhone. They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day.
This guy wants to threaten us to fistfights. I mean, let's challenge us to a fistfight. Okay. Okay, Timmy.
225 and dropping. So
celebrating, by the way, here's a Democrat celebrating one of the largest employers in America, one of the biggest automakers in America, celebrating that the stock is down. By the way, the stock is back up, but celebrating the stock is down. This is crazy.
And if you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, and take out, just telling you.
You can debadge your car because people aren't going to know it's a Tesla because the beta male can't tell the difference between certain makes of automobiles. 1.2 million shares his state owns in Tesla. That fund handles their state pension. So this idiot, and again, why the Democrats are so confused. Why in the hell did we lead? How did we lose the election? Look at this guy. This guy is celebrating. They're basically their biggest breadwinner, their biggest moneymaker, losing money because of left-wing terrorist BS garbage, and celebrating that his pension fund is draining because Tesla stock is down. 1.2 million shares. His state alone. It's absolutely hysterical. It's laughable. That is laughable. Yes. But instead, and this is the thing. Well, I don't understand why we can't celebrate. See, getting spectacles on right now. I don't understand why we aren't celebrating things like this.
This view coming from the WB-57 high altitude plane, and there you see it on your screen, drogue deployment.
Drogue descent rate nominal.
They're like, thank God it's slowing down.
You can hear the crowd here. Visual on 2 healthy drogues.
Look at that. It's Elon Musk.
The crowd here very excited as
NASA.
Dragon Freedom continues to make its way back
cool
to planet Earth.
I want to know what those straps are made of. That's what I want, ratchet straps in the truck. Look at that.
Next up, we'll stand by for the main deployment of the parachutes. The mains are quite a bit larger. You'll be able to notice the difference on your screen once they deploy, and they continue to ensure that the Dragon spacecraft slows down even further. As we mentioned, Freedom will be traveling 16 miles per hour when it splashes down off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah, that's like if you go to Disneyland, they're like, the speed limit around here is 14 miles an hour. Like, what the hell, 14 miles an hour? Who came up with that crap? Okay, anyway, all right, let's get back to it here.
Here at 2:57 p.m. Pacific time this afternoon, and there we go.
We have visual on 4 healthy mains.
4 healthy what? Look at that.
That view was from inside.
Freedom copy.
Holy.
That view was from inside one of the buckets where.
Look at that. What the hell?
2:57 p.m. Pacific time this afternoon, and there we go.
We have visual on 4 healthy mains.
4 healthy mains, whatever the hell that means.
That view was from inside.
Freedom copy.
Oh, that is just so effing awesome. Like, how in the world can these idiots are going and keying Teslas, and it's all anti-Elon Musk crap. But then we get to see this. Look at that. Y'all, it looks like AI. That doesn't look real. That is going the same speed, and I'm going to say this. This is something you can dial in here. It's the same speed as you driving in the school zone. That's how slow that's going right now. That's how slow. Holy cow, this is amazing. Look at that.
And splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
Back on Earth. I mean, this just rad. And they're feeling gravity for the first time. There's 2 of them.
Freedom, splashdown. Good main release.
Copy splashdown. We see main chutes cut. Nick, Alex, Butch, Sunny, on behalf of SpaceX, welcome home.
Yeah, because it wasn't welcome home, right? It wasn't welcome home. That's my dog in the background. Hey, chill. So that isn't that's not NASA. That's not on behalf of the United States government. On behalf of the world. It's on behalf of SpaceX. Welcome home. Because, and I know you know this, but for political reasons, those 2 astronauts were stranded in the space station because they didn't want to give Elon Musk, after he pledged allegiance to and bent the knee to Donald Trump, they did not want to give Trump a win or Elon Musk a win. So they left astronauts, U.S. astronauts, to fend for themselves at the space station. And then Donald Trump said, Elon, go get him. And he went and got him. And I just think it's just something that just needs to be celebrated. It really does. This is something that, let me see. What is this one? I have another one.
They're working
on
top of the Dragon capsule. Earlier, we saw that person performing safety checks. Now we can see some harnessing being placed around the capsule. This harnessing,
look, they're fishing for it. Do you see the dolphins around it too?
To lift the Dragon capsule out of the water and onto the recovery vessel. Wow, we got a cute little pod of dolphins. It wasn't just 1 or 2.
Yeah, they want to check it out.
That
They're
water
like,
just
heard
looks
this
beautiful.
Elon's
We had
rig.
ideal splashdown parameters today. Obviously, wave height, ne'er a concern. The weather is beautiful, as Jaden mentioned, in the 60s, sunny.
That's it. There's nothing. There's nothing else. There's nothing our government can do that's that cool. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. The Elon bashing it's comical. At this point, it is absolutely comical at this point that bozo little beta male, Tim Walz, said he wanted to celebrate Tesla stock going down because he doesn't like Elon Musk, when Elon Musk just quite literally saved 2 of our astronauts from the International Space Station. Yeah, it is a baffling time that we live in. Speaking of Elon, how about this? One of the weirdest protests that you're going to see in a minute. Check this out. Hey. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, they can't even get their chants right. And they went with the lazy, hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go. That's it. That's what they came up with, and they couldn't even get that right. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Elon Musk has got to go. Couldn't even get that right. Loving COVID, Medicaid cuts. How do you believe this? I'm more concerned for our country that people believe this crap. Look at this. Hey, look, I am mad at a peaceful protest. It's peaceful protest, you do your thing. That's as America gets. But damn, come on, y'all. Nobody was cut. No cancer patients were cut. First polio death in 70 years. Shut up. Okay. That's that. So what do we need? What do we need to be more concerned about? Do we need to be more concerned about people that watch MSNBC and believe this crap? Or do we need to be concerned? I mean, well, kind of the media apparatus. Or do we need be more concerned that people actually buy into that and think we're going to have polio deaths because somebody in the cabinet wants to look into the ingredients of a vaccine? Holy hell. Okay. I don't. It's the same crap that you get. It's the same crap as what? Oh yeah, sure. There needs to be some trimming down of the fat, and there needs to be some. We need to do a couple things differently. But don't touch Medicaid. Why? I have an entire video series of Barack Obama cutting Medicaid. That Medicaid needs to be cut. But this laziness is just so fun to me. Just how lazy is this entire... Chuck, fight for us. Chuck, fight for us. Medicaid cuts killed me. You see that? I love that. Oh, there's their feeling. Now I'm getting it. Massive NYC protest. There's literally probably 150 people. Massive, my ass. Yeah, this is fantastic. It's just wow. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. You do you. And meanwhile, while they're doing them, real cuts are being made. There's that handsome dude, Pete Hegseth.
Another quick update on our efforts to cut wasteful spending and cut it quickly at the Department of Defense, so we get the dollars to the things that the warfighters need. So today,
okay, not a fan of war, dude, but I'm smelling what you stepped in. I got it. Let's go.
Signing a memo directing the termination of over $580 million in DoD contracts and grants that do not match the priorities of this president or this department. In other words, they are not a good use of taxpayer dollars. Ultimately, that's who funds us, and we owe you transparency and making sure we're using it well. So here's quickly what we're canceling today. There's an HR software effort that was supposed to take a year and cost $36 million.
$36 million. Right away, by the way, an HR software program, 1 year, $36 million. That's, you're just done right there. I don't care what he's about to say. But but $36 million for 1 year, that's asinine as it is.
It's taken 8 years.
8 years.
And is currently $280 million over budget, not delivering what it was supposed to. So that's 780% over budget.
There you go. And by the way, in government, that's okay. 780, you're only 700% over budget. The hell, that's great. Yeah, we haven't cracked the 4 digits yet. So yeah, hell yeah. Wow. $300 million for an HR software. This is it's being exposed. It's so much fun.
We're not doing that anymore. Number 2, another batch of DoD grants, $360 million worth this time. Decarbonizing emissions from Navy ships, part of the Obama-Biden green agenda. That's $6 million.
Bye.
$5.2 million on something that would diversify and engage the Navy by engaging underrepresented BIPOC students and scholars. Another $9 million at a university to approach equitable AI and machine learning models.
Oh, fantastic.
Lethal machine learning
$9 million
models,
to kill us.
Machine learning models. And number three, in our ongoing effort to cut wasteful spending on external consulting services, $30 million in contracts with Gartner and McKinsey.
Bye.
It's IT, purchasing, unused licenses. So when you add it all up, $580 million in DoD contracts and grants, DOGE is helping us cut today. What does that bring our total number up? Total cuts, running total, $800 million in wasteful spending canceled over the first few weeks as DoD partners with DOGE here to make sure that our warfighters have what they need by cutting the waste, fraud, and abuse. They're working hard. We're working hard with them. We appreciate the work that they're doing, and we have a lot more coming, so stay tuned. So might as well not waste any more time right now. Just sign this thing. How about that? So this makes it official.
There you go. Dude, do the...
We're going to keep going.
There you go.
You guys.
That's gangster. I'm not lying. It's gangster. I don't agree with it. That's gangster. $800 million, whatever. Yeah, it's not. It's dude. There's so much crap we can get rid of in the Department of Defense, and to say that $800 million is going to go to our military men and women, okay. I'll believe it when I see it. I like the look, Pete. I do. I do. I like your style, buddy. I'm a fan. $800 million. When you get into the $80 to $90 billion range of what we need to cut out of our Defense Department, then we can talk. We are fortified against an alien invasion, like Independence Day is going to happen. We are good. As long as our men and women are taken care of, I'm good with that. Holy. I mean, okay, $800 million is not I always say this. If I think $800 million is not a lot of money, then I'm buying into the government nonsense. But $800 million is seriously I would say a good start. How about that? A good start. When you, like I said, you get into the $50 to $80 billion range, because the defense budget's $1 trillion. Yeah, I think then we're good. And I think it goes back to just us buying equipment. I mean, I could have bought 3 of my first homes with the dollar amount that it cost to put a helmet on my head when I was hanging out with my buddy who's an F-35 pilot. It's $385,000 for a helmet. I get it. A lot of tech in it. I understand that. But there are things that we can definitely eliminate. We can definitely eliminate. Speaking of eliminating, this lady thinks that Donald Trump is going to eliminate all books from you. Now here's the deal. I'm not making fun of this woman, nor is the next woman I'm going to show you. I'm not making fun of these two. They come by this honestly. They come by this on not Act Blue. What is the Blue Horizon or whatever the hell that liberal Twitter is, and MSNBC. They believe this stuff. And again, I'm not making fun of her. It's easy to though.
There is
or him.
A book,
I'm going to
piece
say her.
of music,
I'm go with
or
her.
a film that means something to
you. Never
you.
know these days.
Get a hard copy. Go to a used bookstore, go to a used music store, download it from wherever you bought it if you can.
I'm going to go with woman.
Spotify doesn't mean you own it. Just because you bought the album on Spotify does not mean you own shit.
Oh.
Just because you're paying them $14.99 a month. If Trump says to eliminate all Aerosmith from all digital platforms, that ban will get pulled everywhere and you will have no backup for that. I put together a list of things you should have, which include a first aid book, a basic cooking book, how to garden, how to fix stuff around your home. I'm not kidding. Worst case, you have 5 books sitting on your shelves and you don't ever need them. Realistic scenario is you will need them. Is you won't be able to afford health care. You're going to have some very basic.
Okay, hold on. I was singing songs.
Put together a list of things you should have, which include a first aid book, a basic cooking book, how to garden, how to fix stuff around your home. I'm not kidding. Worst case, you have 5.
Do you guys remember the Time Life series that had all the shit, that had all the stuff that you could you need to fix around your house? Remember that? Like plumbing and all of that. Remember? The Time Life series, my parents had those, and the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Books sitting on your shelves and you don't ever need them. Realistic scenario is you will need them. Is you won't be able to afford health care. You're going to have some very basic staple items in your pantry, and you're going to have to find out how to make lentil loaf exciting for the 17th night in a row. Loaf. I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not trying to panic.
Yes, you are.
I am telling you that everybody who has ever looked at history for under 10 minutes can tell you that when this kind of a group comes into power, they have the same pattern step by step. It's almost photo for photo. Trump is following Hitler. If there is a piece of music, if there is a piece of literature that means something to you, if Harry Potter speaks to your soul, get a physical copy of it. And then don't tell anybody about it.
Thanks, Anne Frank. Appreciate you. No. And again, I'm not trying to bag her. I flipped the coin. It landed on her. I am not trying to bag her. I know that she comes by this honestly. That she is fed this crap by left media that apparently has forgotten civics completely. And that thinks that the books that are being challenged in schools aren't the actual books that are being challenged in schools. The books are being challenged in schools. I mean, just the text is just disgusting. It's penthouse letters. And that is going to, in that is what is being challenged. Other Aerosmith. Do look like a lady. I'm mad at him. I love some Aerosmith too. I dig Aerosmith a lot. And then Harry Potter. Come on. I'm going to say this very clearly and openly, not clearly, openly. Hold on. Get some coffee. Hang tight. It's been a long day. I told you I pre-recorded this. I dug the Harry Potter series. I loved it. I'll watch it. Beans will watch it. Beans will watch that stuff all the time. I'll come in and he'll see it in the back. I'll sit and watch it with her. I love them. I thought they were fantastic. I really did. And I know everybody's going, the book was better. The book was better. Who cares? We got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. You guys understand how much I read? It's absurd. I do not want to read anymore. I do not want to read as a hobby. Like, I'm going to sit and read a little bit. No, I've done that all day. Believe it or not, I really have done that all day. Let's see what we got here. I don't know what this is.
I know some of you know this on the iPhone.
Oh, that's this. Okay, I was wondering what the heck that was. It didn't seem like it. It's Tampon Timmy. So anyway, speaking of a person who reads quite a bit and was a software tech titan. I give Bill Gates credit. I give Bill Gates credit for changing our world. I think him and Steve Jobs together changed our world, and I applaud both of them for doing that. On the tech side, outside of that, I do not. In any way, do I back this evil man saying this kind of garbage.
So I'm a little worried, particularly with this USAID stuff. Mm-hmm. My foundation partners with USAID on.
Oh, wait, my foundation partners with? You want me to throw that in the DC translator, guys? I'm making millions on your tax dollars. That's it. When my organization partners with USAID, I'm cashing in on your dough. And before I continue with this bozo, I'm going to put this very clearly to you. Aside of the fact that the guy has no business doing what the hell he's doing. Is that Bill Gates? Let me let you finish this thing. Then we'll go back to it here. No, wait.
Nutrition and getting vaccines out. And, there's incredible people.
Okay, by the way, that are still there. That's what I'm sorry, I lost my thought there. That's what I was getting at right there. USAID, the programs that deal with vaccines, the programs that deal with saving lives, the programs that deal with sustainable anything for a community or for a country is all of the State Department right now. It's there. It didn't go away. This fear-mongering asshat wants you to think it went away. It didn't go away. Nobody is dying because of the USAID cut. No one is. He is losing one of his revenue streams, and he's pissed off about it.
They're not actually worms that work there.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll get some of that work back in shape. In fact, if we don't, you could have literally millions of deaths. So
no, you don't. Shut up, dude! Don't say that. How can you say that?
Literally millions of deaths. So
no,
with aid, people think,
Whoopi.
Wow, how much do we give to these countries? As you said, it's less than 1%. People think it's 5%, and it should be 2%, but it's actually under 1%.
Yeah. Wow, and still saving lives.
Of our $4 trillion. Do you know how much money that is, you bozo? I'm absolutely blown away. What's 1% of $4.5 trillion? Just because I didn't want to do the math right there. Yeah. That's a million billion. Yeah. It's $4.5 billion. Or 100 billion. No. Anyway, it was 10 to the something. Yeah, it threw me off. It's just less than 1%. It's no big deal. Yeah, it is. I have challenged a sitting congressman. You know who it is, David Schwartz. I've challenged him each and every time that he said this. He's like, oh, yeah, our foreign aid is about 1%. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it is. We need that 1% to cut about 20% easily. But we need that one because you need 20 of those ones. I hate pluralizing one. You need about 20 of those. And then we're in good shape. And then we have a balanced budget. We don't have to raise taxes. Money's going where it should go, and we're running a deficit. As a matter of fact, let's just do a little bit more so we start paying down that debt. $36 trillion. $36 trillion. Again, I'm telling you this. 36 trillion hours ago, the earth was being formed, according to scientists, at 4.5 billion years ago. 4.5 billion years is 36 trillion hours. Nobody. Whatever. This guy, we partnered with USAID. Wait, my organization partners with. Partners with. These people are disgusting. They just truly are. Okay, now again, I said I was not going to. We got a local story coming up here in a second, but I'm not making fun of this girl. What I'm saying is that she is a product of the left nonsense. I can't, there's no, I look at Intern Beans. Intern Beans wants to have a life of, I search for grants. I save the oceans. I save the whales. I have some really cool ideas about this and that. And this is my passion, is what I want to do. Yes. So excited for her to do that. Then intern Nuge wants to go into the military. And I'm like, that's my man. Yes, heck yeah. So I'm lucky that my kids are guided and they know what they're going to do and want to do. Okay? This is the rest of us.
I'm a scout. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm an interdisciplinary major at UBC. I'm in my last semester. My primary thematic...
Okay, she's an interdisciplinary major.
I'm in my last semester. My primary thematic focus is decolonizing academia.
Decolonizing academia. Oh gosh, this is already hurting my head. I'm not making fun of her. I'm literally asking why. And is it because we have elected Donald Trump that we think that this will all start to go away and phase itself out. We hope so.
Primary thematic focus is decolonizing academia and public knowledge systems. And my secondary thematic focus is biocultural and linguistic futurity.
For those who don't know what that means, can you give us a quick rundown?
Yeah, basically what I focus on is the promises that the institution has made and also the emergence of indigenous ways of knowing and being across the disciplines. And I feature in a lot of stuff like language revitalization, or the emergent vitality of languages, rather. And just kind of a bunch of stuff. I've taken courses in over 20 departments, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I really want to have coffee with her. I'm not kidding. God, I would love to. Let me just have a beer with her. Just okay, let's really break this down for me. And she is a product of the Department of Education that is being just gutted right now. To think that that's how you're going to you are going to sustain life with those majors, and I didn't understand what the hell she was saying. I didn't know thematic was a word. I had no idea. I had no idea. But she is an example. She's a product, excuse me, of that education system that we're just dismantling right now. And I think that it is the right thing to do in getting rid of the Department of Education. And if the states absolutely screw it up, if the states just hose this, I mean, just drop the ball, okay, we can bring back the Department of Education federally. That's fine. But right now, we've put $3 trillion. We'll go with trillion again, right? Okay. It's over a trillion seconds is close to 100,000 years. It's a lot. We put $3 trillion into a failing system, a system where our kids' test scores are going down, and don't even talk about COVID. It was failing before then. But it fails this young lady. It truly does. And again, I'm not trying to rip on her. I just think that there's
I'm a scout. I use they them pronouns, and I'm an interdisciplinary major at UBC. I'm in my last semester. My primary thematic focus is decolonizing academia and
and you'll be a barista. I love you. You're awesome. And again, I want to hang out with you. I want to find out why all this happened, good or bad. But she's a product of this just garbage that our kids are being fed. Let's get to right here in Arizona. Let's wrap up the show with this. And again, I appreciate you hanging out with me on a Friday. A Channel 12, that's NBC here in Arizona. Channel 12, a Channel 12 reporter challenges basically a Trump attorney on school choice. And just this is how it goes. I just absolutely love it.
So, and I'm going to answer your question. And so, first of all, we all know you're not a reporter. Ouch. You're an activist.
That's actually true, by the way. I can say that very clearly of I would say a good portion of Arizona's local news people. Very activist. Yeah, very activist. I played basketball with one of them in high school, by the way. His sister was never mind. Okay, so.
And you're not going to be happy until every parent in Arizona, regardless of Primavera Heroes or not, if every parent in Arizona no longer has a choice about how to educate their student, you're not going to be happy until thousands and thousands of Arizona students don't have the ability to get a high school degree. Yep. You're not going to be happy.
Even if they do, they can't read.
No, this is all about you.
Yeah,
this
shut up.
is about you. I am answering your question. I'm answering your question, and you're not a reporter, you're an activist. And
yes.
We all know that. Any other questions?
Yeah, get it. Just don't waste my time. School choice is on the it's up for debate here in Arizona. I'm a huge school choice fan. I am a huge fan of educators. I think that teachers need to be paid at least double what they're paid now. I think administrators need to be paid half of what they're paid now. I think the staffing on all 220 some odd districts that we have here in Arizona needs to be cut in half. And I think that that we can do it. If you're not going to do it, I wanted to send my kid where I want to send my kid. My kid went to AAEC. That's where that's where intern Beans went. It's an ag school. It's an ag high school. They don't even have any sports teams, but she graduated with 2 associate's degrees. Yes, and it was she went to Stray Mountain Community College for free, gratis. And this is something we should know. We can't have that. No. Again, it's a lot like the Doge thing. It's like, no, we can't eliminate all this fraud and waste. No, we can't do that. No. Well, why? Why is anyone upset about eliminating fraud and waste? Why is anyone upset about me wanting to get my kid a better education? Oh, because the other kids don't. Well, I'm sorry. Those aren't my kids. If they were my kids, I would do something about that. Intern Nuge wanted to go to, straight to like the high school. He wanted that experience. So which I don't knock him for that at all. So, but that's something to keep our eyes on. Primavera, Basis, and all these charter schools that are basically under the gun right now, and parents that want their kids to go there and have the ability to send their kids there. If their tax dollars are allocated properly for their choice, then God, we can turn this around. And the establishment is freaked out. The establishment does not want us to eliminate the Department of Education federally. And they do not want us to allow to get our kids to go wherever the hell they want to go, or wherever you want your kids to go and get an education. Because if I have a teaching staff that sucks, but they're, around the corner, that's where my kid has to go. I want my kid to go somewhere else. I want my money and my kid to go somewhere else. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I don't. Y'all have a fun weekend. Sorry, I ended on something kind of lame. But have a fun weekend. And it is going to be beautiful weather. And it's going to be we had opening of Major League Baseball, and everything. Life is good. Life's good right now. So go out there and have some fun and shake off the political and just have some fun this weekend. All right. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you on Monday right here on Another News.